See the time? That's the time. What's up? Back with Explicit. Welcome to the new members that have joined in the last couple days. This is just a quick impromptu. I just flew Booger. I'd fly it outside, but I would probably lose Booger because there's 40-mile-an-hour winds, and I just had to fly. I just had to rip through the house. I should have recorded some footage because it was probably the fastest I've ever ripped through the house. The kids are at the kitchen island, and I was cranking around them, like dumb fast around them. I didn't use the other charger. I charged it to this, and it said it was at full battery, so we'll see. I'm going to conduct more tests to continue, but I'm going to title this the best 1S battery out there, period, and talk about it. So, as you know, the bt2.0 is the king shit. Man, my freaking cuticles are shot. I got the shitty batteries that I got from Beta FPV, and they sag bad. If it's the first time watching it, I'll make the bad analogy like a bad pair of boobs. You'll get 2 minutes out of it if you're cruising, not beating on it. You might get a little bit more if you're really just kind of playing in the trees and not over throttling it. So I did one quick lap around the house, upstairs, around the kids with this, just to get familiar with how this guy flies. I did not fly it in acro mode. I just put it in angle mode. I call it level mode, whatever it is, and just cranked through the house. And I had one crash. I was able to pick it up pretty much right away. The OSD, after I came down, I flew it till the battery died. It's like 3.2 volts, and then it just drops. And if it sees like the 2.9, then it just literally falls. So I flew it literally till it fell. And only one cycle on the battery, brand new battery. And I got over 3 minutes. So that's got to be super, super good considering what else is out there for flight times. And when I upgrade and do that JESC, whatchamajiggy with the ESCs, I'm sure I could do 3.5 minutes. So that I'll be very happy. And I was on it, flying up the stairs, flying around the girl's bedroom down, and just cranking. So I'm very, very pleased. So if you're looking for some new batteries, like I said, and these are the only other ones that I found like this with the BT 2.0. So I already ordered some more. That didn't take long. So these will be the backups, or just, like I said, cruising batteries when the Mobula 6 gets here. If I decide to convert it over to the BT 2.0, then I'll use those. Also, those are lower kV than those. So I got 3 for now. Can't fly tomorrow. Good Friday tomorrow, even though I have it off. I got a lot of crap going on, and it's supposed to be crappy out. So Saturday's supposed to be beautiful, and then Sunday, Drone Tread on Me is coming down to Connecticut. We will keep our distance from one another, and we're going to do some flying in the yard, working on quads and all that fun stuff. But I want to give as much shout out as I can to these guys. I've been tiny whooping for easily 3 years now. Easily, probably even longer. I can't say enough. This is the second version of my tiny whoop. My first motors, the special sauce motors I had, easily lasted over a year. I was quite shocked on how long they lasted. I just farted around and put the Gemfam props on there. Again, you know, with what we're getting out of these brushless quads, the performance obviously outperforms the tiny whoop, but there will always be a place in my heart, and there's always a place to fly. You know, if you're flying around some friends in a small confined space, it doesn't even have to be small, just somebody's home. If you're looking just for some intricate fun and want to fly around the house and fly around the people through their legs, and, you know, with kids around, this guy is always going to be safe. It is still fun to fly. I'd love finding the little tiny gaps you can get with this guy, especially outside with the chairs and all the other things. It doesn't get old. Yes, it's slower, but that doesn't mean anything. You're still having a blast with this thing. So, I mean, this will always be in my arsenal, so to speak, of awesome things to fly. And then again, like I said, if you're setting up with like the little courses and racing around the yard, that's where this guy has its purpose. And I haven't flown it in angle mode. That's why I did it in the house, to see how it performed. And I was very, very pleased with the tune. The tune acts differently when you fly it in angle mode. Obviously, you have some restrictions and angle limits and stuff like that. But I mean, it was snappy. It was super responsive. I could go flying into a corner of a room and just snap the sticks, and it's right there and just right out of the turn. I was able to wiggle through the tight little, my house. It's not a large house, so I was able to just rip through some of the little gaps and stuff like that very, very fast. I cannot say enough about the performance of this guy. I wish the Black Friday came with the 19K or 1950 KVs over the 22. I'd get a little bit more flight time. I don't need the extra oomph and speed because that's just not my forte. I didn't even specify on it when I got it. It just had the 1950 and 22K on it, thinking that there was an option, but there was. But again, I'll live with it. I'll have one faster because the Mobula will have the slower ones. So, what else? I got a couple more, depending on what I do with Mobula 6 or Mobula 7, I can run these. So these can be even larger because the 300 milliamp packs I'm running, these are 333s. I add a touch of weight, but it'll also add a little bit more momentum, so the quad will fly like a bigger quad a little bit more. I upgraded this, so it's got just the ph2.0s on here, but this is a brand new one because I started to see issues where batteries would be charging in the first 30 seconds. If you punched it, it was already starting to beep on it, so it was time for some upgrade by getting a new one of these, and that may switch. That'd be cool if they make one of these with the bt2.0. Then maybe I'd convert, but we'll see. It's still new out there. Yeah, so there's a lot of whooping to do this weekend. So again, if you're looking for the best, in my opinion, battery, I had these before, and somebody offered me some cash for them, so I really didn't get to use them way back. We'll say about a year ago. So I never got to do a full review. And then when I was, really big into this, it's still the factory Inductrix board, or this one's the Inductrix FPV board. It still doesn't like the HV. You still get a little oscillations and stuff because I forgot what the beta board. They were whatever the Tiny Whoop brushed that came out with the plug on the bottom. I forget what it was called. I had that. Those were perfect for that. You didn't get the oscillations that it could take the higher voltage where this guy didn't. And I think that's why I offered when he offered them to me, that I got rid of them as quick as I did, because of the oscillations where I wanted a bit smoother of a flight. But for this application and for Mobulas and stuff like that, it'll be perfect. So I recommend. I have two more somewhere else. Where they I line it up like an OCD moron. See? There, boom. That's not an advertisement. So go get yours. They are still in stock. They are still shipping regularly with the craziness that's going on in the world. Those are the batteries I recommend. Any questions, hit me up. I'm going to go spend some time with the fam, maybe get another pack or two in. Peace out.